Hey there, friends! I'm so excited to be with you today using the brand new layered card metal die from Elle Studio. This is a brand new die released during the November reveal, and it consists of 4 different dies that you can layer to create an awesome layered greeting card. What I'm doing right now is just using some wire cutters to cut apart my dies. I like to do that so there's no sharp edges on those little points or anything, so I like to do it this way, and I'm getting it all ready to be able to run through my die cut machine. So once I have those dies cut out, it is time to play. I have a piece of shimmery gold cardstock, and I'm using the largest layer in the set of 4 to start out to create an A2 card front. I like to create card fronts because they're easier to store. They fit easily in a storage bin so that I can have all my card fronts there, and then when I'm ready to send a card I can just pop it onto a folded piece of white cardstock and I'm ready to go. So next I am using the stitched die. This one is the next size down, and I'm using the Autumn Days paper stack to create this layer that has a stitched edge around it. I really love that nice burgundy color. It's really pretty. I'm going to use the next layer down with this green grid, and I'm using a grid so that I can stamp a sentiment on this card. I'm really excited about this card because I'm using the new medium Jane alphabet stamp to stamp my sentiment. It's going to look pretty cool, I think. And I also love this mix of pattern here. Okay, so those are all my layers ready to go. Next up, I'm grabbing the medium Jane outline, and I'm just going to make sure that my sentiment fits across the space that I have here. And it's just going to be a simple thanks. This is going to be a fall card. We have Thanksgiving coming up, and even if we can't be together, maybe you want to, bake a loaf of bread or do something kind for someone, or have someone do that for you and you need to give them a thank you card. So this is a great card to do. I'm also kind of marking the center of this card. So because my A and N are the center, I'm going to stamp those first and work my way out from there. That's a great tip that I have for making sure that your words are centered on a design. I'm using the brand new Close to My Heart Scarlet color, which I love, for all of the outlines on this sentiment. I also love stamping on a grid because it's so easy to line it up. So that's another great tip. If you are stamping a title or something like that, think about using a design that has some kind of line on it that will help you line up your words and your letters. It makes it so much easier when you can use those clear stamps and your clear acrylic block and have the lines already there for you. So there's my sentiment. Next up, I'm going to grab the solid medium Jane so that I can add some color to this card. And I'm using all brand new, close to my heart, exclusive inks. I just love all of their beautiful new autumnal hues. They're so gorgeous, and I'm excited to see them on the front of this card. So here's the medium Jane solid. If you loved the large Jane, this one is slightly smaller, so it works a lot better for card fronts. Okay, first up I used Desert Rose. I love that kind of muted red color. This one is Belle Blue, which I really love. It's almost like a blue jean color. Then I believe that one's Goldenrod. I'm slightly stamping the solid to the right of the outline. This one's avocado, and it gives it a shadowing kind of effect. Now that one I didn't stamp it perfectly the first time, so I just went over it again. Super easy to do when you are using clear stamps and clear acrylic. I will link up all of the inks that I used on this sentiment in my video notes. So if you're interested in finding out what these colors are, be sure to check there. And I finished out with Desert Rose again, so I bookended the sentiment with Desert Rose on the T and the S. Next, I'm going to grab these brand new Jane Tile alphabet stickers in white to add so much underneath. And that's going to finish up my sentiment. Okay, reaching into my November kit, I love this little tab that says noted at the top, and I really like that pop of dark green against the red background. So I'm going to add some adhesive to that and stick that at the top. Next up, I'm going to grab some of the embellishments that I have from our previous releases. Some wood veneer, these autumn wood veneers. I have one leaf yet, and this is the perfect card to use that with. I also have the autumn tiny shapes and dots puffy stickers, which I'm going to use around that cute little leaf to add just some hearts and dots. So it doesn't need much because you have all that color from the sentiment. Just a few little embellishments are great. Okay, for this next card, I am going to make a Christmas card, and I'm really excited about this one because not only am I using the brand new die, I'm also using these brand new tags. They're called Happy Holidays card front tags that make making a card super simple and easy. So I created the back of my A2 size using just plain white cardstock, and I'm grabbing the Fa La La paper stack and using the next layer on this wood grain pattern, which I just love. It's such a nice warm wood grain. It's perfect to pop against the reds and greens that we have in all of our Christmas products this month. So I've used that next level down. Next, I'm grabbing the Christmas Basics paper stack. We have so many awesome paper stacks right now, you guys. I am using the scalloped level on this one because I want that extra texture along the edge, and it's going to look so great against the wood grain. So there we go. I have those two, and you can see how pretty it looks there already with just those layers. I'm using my brand new scrapbook.com adhesive roll, and this stuff is awesome. You don't need scissors to use it. You simply, use your finger to tear it, and then you peel it right off, and it sticks like a dream. I highly recommend it. I will link it up in my video notes. This stuff is kind of a game changer, you guys. I'm really excited about it. Okay, next up, I'm using my scalloped piece, and I'm going to bump that up with some dimensional adhesive by Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. And I'm going to pop that on right on top of the wood grain. Now I'm grabbing these Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas card front tags. So decided to go with the Merry Christmas so I could have that nice pop of red and the Merry Christmas sentiment. Both of these sets, the Happy Holidays and the Merry Christmas, come in both red and green. So you can create an entire set of cards with just a paper stack and these card front tags. How awesome is that? I just love it. I love those little dots on it. I love the fonts that they have there. I have this trim set aside, and it's the perfect trim to just add that little bit of something extra to this front, some texture, a little different green color. This is another thing that's great about the scrapbook.com adhesive is you can just stick it to the back of any kind of ribbon that you have, and it makes it like self-adhesive ribbon. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so I'm just pulling that up slightly so I can get my ribbon layer on there. And then I am grabbing our brand new chipboard stickers this month. These are the Very Merry chipboard stickers, and I'm adding the Joy to the World circle down there. I'm also grabbing our brand new autumn die cut tabs because there are so many different colors in here. They coordinate really perfectly with this Christmas tab stamp, so the sentiments fit in really well. I've grabbed the light green autumn tabs die cut, and I'm just using some dark green ink here to stamp "'Tis the Season," which I can then add to the top of my tag. How perfect is that? So not only do I have my Merry Christmas sentiment, I have "'Tis the Season" and "Joy to the World," so I'm getting really merry on this card with lots of cute little sentiments. The last thing I'm going to add are just a few of the Christmas shapes and dots puffy stickers. So I'll be sure to link all of these products up in my video notes if you're interested in them, but they just work. Everything works so perfectly together. Take a look at that card. Isn't it so sweet? Okay, for my last card, our next holiday after Christmas coming up is Valentine's Day, and I want to show you how you can also create a really cute Valentine card with some of the dies that we have in our shop. So I'm using again the card metal die. I'm going to use the next layer down to add some white, and I just always keep any of my white offcuts for just this purpose. Now that one I kind of messed up and I didn't get it all the way through the machine, so I just had to snip off that edge. I used the stitched die there so that it has that nice stitched edge around the white. Now look, I'm using the Fa La La paper stack, which you wouldn't have thought that you could use for a Valentine's card, but look how perfect this pattern is for a Valentine. And whenever you're cutting out with these dies, be sure that you're getting your pattern even. So you want to make sure you have the same amount of pink at the top and the bottom. Even if that means you have a bit of waste, it still looks so much better when you do it that way. Now I have the Stitched Hearts metal die. I will make sure I link these up. These came out in September, and I'm using that heart, that stitched heart, which I'm going to keep that die cut that I just cut out for another project, and I've just cut that out of the striped pattern, so you can see the back of that stitched heart there. I'm using my scrapbook.com adhesive roll again here. It fits just perfectly right on that edge. And I'm grabbing some acetate because we're going to make a shaker pocket. Everybody loves a shaker card, right? I know I do. They are so super fun to make and send, and they just they're just a little bit extra. They're just something special. So I'm just going to trim this acetate from both sides. Okay, now I have my dimensional adhesive strips that I am adding to the very outside edge of this die cut heart. I love these strips because they do bend around smaller curves, and then you can add straight pieces in there to finish off the heart. Makes it really easy to create a shaker pocket in no time at all. So what I like to do when I create a shaker is to add my little bits to the card front first, and then adhere the shaker window over the top. And that way you can make sure you get your design centered on your card front so that you don't mess up the placement of it. I also love just using up any sequins and little bits that I have lying around. On this one I used an older Stampin' Up! sequin set that I just happened to have on hand, and I love that it has some teal, it has pink and gold in it. Looks super pretty with the pink and red card. I'm also adding some more dimensional adhesive strips to both ends of this little card front, and then I'll use my scrapbook.com adhesive roll to add that to the front of the card. Okay, I grabbed this red label out of my stash, and I love adding sentiments to labels because they give them a really nice home, a way to pop them off of the card front so that you can really see them. And I've added the lots of love sentiment to it from the My Heart stamp, so I'll be sure to link that up in the video notes. And I'm just going to add that to the bottom right corner. And then I'm grabbing the stitched heart wood veneers and adding a few of those around the sentiment as well. So you have a lot of stitched hearts on this card front, as well as that stitched white edge as well. So all together they work so beautifully together to create a really fast and easy, beautiful card that anyone would love to receive. I really loved using the layered card metal die to create all of these fun cards. It is so fast and easy to use. You just simply pick your patterns, your cardstock, and you can create a lovely layered card in no time. You don't have to get out your paper trimmer or figure out any measurements. I also love these sentiment tags that we have in the shop this month that make it easy to create your Christmas cards. And I love the fact that you can use other dies to create shakers to use along with these card dies. I hope you guys love these dies as much as I do to create quick and easy but beautiful cards. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out all of the products I used in this video in my video notes, and happy creating!